Good morning, Flosstube. It's Lori of MischievousStitches. I want to welcome everyone to my channel this morning. I'm very glad that you came by to visit with me today. Today I have several things to share with you. I have a couple of FFOs, I have an almost finish, and I have a couple of things that I pulled out, one to start and a couple of whips that I'm going to decide which one to work towards for a finish. So let's get started. So when I left you last week, I shared with you the finishes for my grandchildren's ornaments. Well, I did finish those up. That was a goal of mine this past week. And here is Waylon's. I did add a few beads. I used the hanger that is in the kit, and I chose a coordinating felt. Got the felt sheets, picked those up at Hobby Lobby, and I fastened them down with stitchery tape. It's double-sided tape. And then here's Evie's. Again, coordinating color felt, added a few beads. I think it turned out great. So when I did leave you last week, I had purchased some snips from Fiskars to help me to cut these pieces out. And when I finished them up and I put the stitchery tape on the back and then cover that with the felt, it is thick. So I wanted something that I could precision cut around, and all I had was the long knived crafting scissors. And I bought the snips thinking that I could do a little more precision cutting, especially on this one. This one was more cut and dry, a lot more straight edges. This one, like here, I had to cut around because these sunbeams, I'm calling them sunbeams, or these rays coming from her little halo or it's an icicle behind her because she is the Snow Queen. They were more fiddly, as you can see, to cut around. And I didn't want to put the hanger on the tip of one of these, which is what it would have been here. So I just kind of cut it at an angle here. And again, cutting around those were fiddly. I did end up using my crafting scissors. I did not find the snips to be, they just didn't cut as precision like as I needed or I wanted. So I did go back to Hobby Lobby yesterday and I picked up another pair of scissors for the next ornament I finished. I don't have one in the wings to finish right now, but I did pick up these, and they're called detail scissors. And these are by Singer. There was a brand or a type by Fiskars, which I do like Fiskars, but I didn't like, I like that the handle had a little bit of cushion and a little bit of grip to it, where the Fiskars did not. The tip is very sharp, but I think this will be much easier to maneuver when I finish up the next set of ornaments I'm gonna do. I did get a couple of, I shared in my last video, the Satsuma Halloween pieces, and those were for me. And I did get one, I think picked up one more for the children for next year. And so I'm gonna need these coming up when I finish more of those ornaments. So I'll get back with you when I use them and let you know how that went. And when I left you last week, I was working on this piece, and it's by Sweet Wing Studio. And this is Forever in Peace, May You Wave. The name is actually Forever in Peace. And I'm finished with all the flag. The only thing I have left is May You Wave here at the bottom. And let me share it with you. Love how it turned out. Kind of reminds me of a patchwork quilt. So the May You Wave will go here. And I come close to just removing the wording altogether. The wording, the meaning behind the words, especially with this upcoming, or actually this Memorial Day holiday weekend, has a lot of deep meaning for those that lost their life behind this flag. But as far as this design piece in cross stitch, I thought it's just as beautiful without the wording. I come close to pulling them out, and I'm still kind of on the fence, but I'll make that decision before next weekend. But that wording will go here. And just so you know, those stripes, the red and white stripes, are not, there's 4 different colors. So each stripe has a different pattern. and they vary between the two of the reds, which is a 356 and let me get those colors. It's unusual. They play well together, but it's unusual. So it's the 38A2 and 356 are the colors of the red stripes. And then on the white stripes, it's 3863 and 3865. I think that's 63. Yes, it is. 3863 and 3865 are the white stripes. And then in the blue, I have Classic Colorworks Wavy Navy and Deep Blue Sea are the two colors for the blue, with the white in that being the 3865. So there's basically, with one, Blackbird is the color for the wording. So there's only 5 colors in this piece, and would you know it to look? So you've got the 3 colors here, and the 3865 and 3863 in the white stripes, and the 356 and 3802 in the red stripes. I think it's beautiful. I stitched this in hand. The wording is 2 strands over 2 linen threads. This is 32 count. And the flag itself is 1 strand over 2 threads in the Call for DMCs and Classic Colorworks. So hopefully I will have this, and I will. I'll have this finished for you next weekend. So in its place, because I'm varying between finishing something larger. Oh, one more thing about that pattern. I found it so neat, and I'm going to show you part of this. Let me see if this is one that shows them all. Yes. I love it because all of the symbols are patriotic. So the symbols are USA and a heart and star, and I think there is the greater than sign are the actual symbols within the chart. Can you see that? I like that. That's really cool. The designer put a lot of thought into that. Okay, so I'm going to pack this one away. And then the next one I'm going to work on, I've been varying between finishing a larger one or a whip and doing a Christmas ornament for the 12 ornaments in 23. So I shared this one last week, and this is Oh By Gosh, By Golly, by Heart and Hand. I do have it kitted up. I'm trying to use some of my threads up, so I'm not buying new threads. I'm using previous threads, but here's all the colors for this piece. And I ordered a piece of fabric, and this is, I'm sure this is Vintage Country Mocha. Yes, it is. It's 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I've got my needle and I'm ready to go. So I'll be working on this coming up next. I should finish this other piece hopefully today, and then I'll pick up on this ornament. And so what I did in preparation is, because I knew I would want to pick up another one, since Long May She Wave, no, that's wrong. Forever in Peace, that's what it is. Forever in Peace was a new start for me. Now I'm going to work on a whip next and work to a finish. So I'm going to work on the ornament first, finish the ornament, and then I've picked out 2 previous whips. One of them is In My Father's House. This is by the Bay Needle Arts. And I started this in a mania in 2018, and it's time to finish it up. My friend Rhonda joined in, I believe it was last year, to work on this with me, and she finished hers, and I'm still laboring away at this. But this is where I would be starting from. So I have, the biggest bulk of this piece is the front yard and the house. So I do have all the outline of the bricks at the main part of the house. Looks like I'm working on a window sashing. I'm going to need to, I've outlined the roof. And then, of course, I've gotten started over here on the yard. But I think this will be the one, because this one's kind of been calling for me. I was looking for it the last time I was choosing for my whip, and I could not find my pattern. And I had put it separate from the fabric piece and the threads. But I did find it last night when I was looking for whips, so I'm glad to have that out. So, and the other one is a Paulette Stewart. This is the 12 Days of Christmas. It is a freebie piece on her website, and this is where I am on this one. And I'm using the sulky threads for the main color, the red. I remember getting a sulky pack of reds, ordering it off of their website. And I'm just filling in with some little contrasting colors, but I'm trying to stay with primary colors. Like I said, the greens, the reds, the yellows. So there's that. But this one's very beautiful too. If I don't choose this one, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lean towards In My Father's House. But if I do work on that one instead of this one, I will probably pick this one up on my next go round when I work on a whip. Let me real quick show you the colors I chose. Actually, almost dropped it. These are the sulkies, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think this come out of a sulky. I just want to throw these. Hold on, excuse me. Went way over there. Okay. This one come out of a red pack that I ordered from Sulky. These come out of a Sulky pack from a hands-on design for, I think it was the Cranberry Christmas patterns that she had for the ornaments. And I pulled these out and added this one in with it. So I'm choosing my own colors. These aren't the colors that Paulette chose. And it was my first or second time working with these, and my thought was not only to use the ones up from the Cranberry Christmas pattern from Hands On Design, but also that I could do these. These are a little thicker than the width of a DMC thread, and that way I could use one strand on that fabric and have a fuller coverage, because these are a little bit thicker, but I'm still only using one thread. And I think that's it. So I've got everything going. Like I said, I think I'm gonna start on that ornament probably today, no later than tomorrow. And I'll work on that. I'm sure it'll take me 2-3 days, maybe 4 to get that done. So by the time you see me again, I'll have another ornament finished, and I should have a little bit of work on In My Father's House. And aside from that, I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe Memorial Day holiday weekend. It's our unofficial start of summer season here in the U.S. It is a time of reflection on those that gave their life for the freedoms that we have here in the United States. So I myself will reflect on that as well. And have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.